Good morning, Chairperson Osgood, Superintendent Runcie, board members, and guests. I am especially proud to be here on this very special day, which is National Teacher Appreciation Day, to recognize the men and women sitting with me today, actually standing with me today, and the thousands like them who bring their A game to our classrooms and our children every single day, dedicated and there for our Broward children. Education is the most powerful weapon which you can use to change the world. The great South African civil rights leader and Nobel Peace Prize winner Nelson Mandela once said, that's what he said, that was his quote, and I agree with him completely. And it is one of my favorite quotes. For where would we be without teachers and paraprofessionals, our ESPs, who show their children the way to the future? Think about the lawyers, the doctors, school board members, superintendents, and plumbers. Where would they be if it wasn't for those teachers? We're going to reminisce a little bit about our teachers. Our teachers are the people whose wisdom and knowledge shows your children that education, nonviolence, is the answer to change. They are the ones whose encouragement and understanding make such profound differences in children's lives that 20, 40, 50 years later, we remember our favorite teachers that inspired us to become what we are today. I speak to whom doesn't tell me about one special teacher. What we did was we spoke to different people, and they weren't necessarily teachers, and they talked about their teacher that touched their lives. We also had esteemed U.S. Congresswoman Debbie Wasserman Schultz, who spoke last Saturday at our steward training, and she told our stewards about the middle school teacher who helped her overcome being the target of bullying and how to believe in herself. She said that last year, 37 years later, she finally got to visit that teacher to thank her, and look where she is today. The chairwoman of the Democratic National Committee, a leader among not only her fellow Democrats, but among the bipartisan peers. It all began with one teacher inspiring one of our children. Here are some other real-life stories. One young woman I talked to grew up right here in Broward County and was a steward at Silver Lakes Middle School, which I taught at a long time ago. A middle school peer counseling teacher, Miss Goldfarb, saw that this middle schooler had a gift for listening and counseling. She said she always believed in her and saw that vision for her, and today, after a detour into doing administrative assistant work, she has recommitted to becoming a counselor through her church. She also fondly remembers her middle school yearbook inscription from her American history teacher. I expect nothing but the greatest from you. How powerful must that have been at 14 years old? Our middle school students' age, which you know that they question themselves. And what a wonderful thing that a teacher can inspire this student. Here's another example. A man who grew up the child of a single mother who worked as a maid to put clothes on her son's back and food on their table. Fondly remembers his high school science teacher, Ms. Nixon. She was a career teacher. One of the kids, all of the kids feared her. She was very strict. But once they got into her classroom, she showed her loving side, noticing that this young man carried a Bible on top of his textbooks every day. She told him that she expected him to become a pillar of the community because of the way he carried himself. She encouraged him to go further into his life and excel, and he did, later becoming a national officer and an organizational leader. Almost 50 years ago, after graduating from elementary school, another person, one woman told me that her fourth grade teacher, Miss Kaddish, was her single biggest influence. Fourth grade teacher. At just 10 years old, she recognized that her student had a gift for creative writing. Anyway, we want to take out, we've got a whole bunch. Hip, hip, hooray for Teacher Appreciation Day and Week. Thank you. Thank you.